I am going to bring on the wonderful and delightful Miss Deanne Fitzmaurice, who is going to be teaching. You're going to see her segment called Storytelling and Photojournalism. Deanne, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Russ. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's really exciting to have you here. Always good to see you and chat with you. So tell us a little bit about your Photo Week course, Storytelling and Photojournalism.
Yeah, what I talk about in this class is my approach. I tackle a lot of really difficult subjects. I work with athletes a lot, and I really like to tell their story in an authentic way, in a way that hasn't been told before. And so it has a lot to do with putting people at ease, getting them to relax, and just going into their lives and capturing moments. And as you can imagine, it's a little bit tricky. It's tricky in terms of getting access to them, first of all. And I don't approach it in the ordinary way that most people do, which is to ask permission. You know, normally when you're going to approach an athlete or a project like that, you have to go through the team, you have to go through the agents. And I tried that and just hit a lot of walls.
Right.
So I started to just make connections with the athletes, tell them why I want to do these stories, and was able to make access and get into their lives in a real way. And so from that point on, my work is about making a real connection with my subject, about building relationships, and there's a lot of perseverance along the way. So they may agree in the beginning, but then they might start backtracking mid-project. So, you know, how do I handle that? Yeah. And there's really a fine line that you have to walk there, because you have to be persistent, but you don't want to be a pain.
Right.
You know, so.
Right, because that's not going to get the best out of the subject, for sure. I love that. So we're really excited to be able to actually watch the segment coming up. So we're going to learn a lot about that. But I'm sure, I mean, you're a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. What are the questions that you get asked a lot from people who either want to do what you're doing or just interested in what you do?
Besides, would you review my portfolio? You know, I think they really want to know about storytelling. And how do you do that? How do you sequence these images together? Because, you know, there's a lot to understand about transitioning and pacing. And, you know, I'm doing that with still photography. I'm also doing that with multimedia, you know, adding video and audio at times. Right. So I think, you know, most of the questions are about storytelling. And so I think it's just a matter of breaking it down and taking it piece by piece. And it's a lot of fun building these stories, but it's challenging too.
That's fantastic. So that is really cool. So you've been doing this for a while. What are some things that you wish you had known when you got started? I mean, it sounds like you've kind of gone through a process over your career of like, how do I approach this way? Does this work? Or should I approach this way? So what are some things that you wish you had known when you got started?
I mean, the thing that I'm so surprised at is how important relationships are. And not only with your subject, with the person that you're photographing, but everybody around you. Whether it's the doorman, the elevator guy, the security guy, those relationships are so important. You know, in addition to that, I think the relationships that we make in the industry, the community that we build is huge. You know, when I think about a lot of shoots that I'm doing these days, I'm working with the people who I have built relationships with over 10 years. So I do think that that's a big part of it, is relationships on all aspects of what we do.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's something that I think a lot of people get into photography because they kind of want to hide behind the camera. But it sounds like one of the ways to be successful is to really just get out there and meet the people and talk to the people that are around you and form those relationships. I love that. So you did mention some of the things that you're doing these days. What are some things recently that you've done that you're proud of, or what have you got going on these days?
A lot of different things. I did a recent shoot for National Geographic,
Hmm.
and it's on their website today, just nationalgeographic.com, and you'll see it there. I believe it's on the front page, and it's a story about this teen wonder. He is a child prodigy, and at the age of 14, he built a nuclear reactor.
Oh,
He is,
wow.
yeah, he's beyond brilliant, and he's using this knowledge for, thinking about energy, thinking about ways to, address. He's a real enlightened kid.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's 19 now. His name is Taylor Wilson. So he's brilliant. So it was a real honor to be able to photograph him.
Wow, that sounds like it would be really cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's up on the website now,
yeah,
and a lot of different projects. I've been doing some projects for ESPN the magazine.
great.
I did a recent project, but I can't talk about it yet because it hasn't been published.
Okay.
And some work for NBC and Men's Journal, and various different publications.
Fantastic. And if people do want to see these as they come out and follow you, where's the best place to find you online?
Different places. I have a blog. You can go to my website, deannefitzmaurice.com. You can find my blog there. Also on Facebook, Deanne Fitzmaurice Photography. Twitter, @DeanneFitz. So yeah, I usually try to post things as they come up.
Beautiful. So, Deanne, I want to say a huge thank you for joining us today, for taking the time out of your schedule to say hi to us and just chat for a little bit. We are really excited to watch your course.
Great. Thank you so much. It's always great working with you all at CreativeLive, and it's a big honor to be part of Photo Week.
Absolutely. Well, it's an honor to have you. So thank you again for your time.